Hey everyone, it's Suffer and I'm back with another video. Today we're taking a look at this Scrawlr box. And if I'm correct, this is the June Scrawlr Box. If you want to see my other Scrawlr Box unboxings, I will put a link to a playlist in the card. So let's get into this boy. Snip, snip, snip. Cut. 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 Okay, are you ready? Yeah. The box is not ready. The box is not ready. Oh my goodness. Will I ever just painlessly get into one of these? I think not. I think not. Oh my goodness. This is a struggle and a half. I'm gonna rip the box. What if I just like ripped it open? Like, okay. That's what we're doing today. Today we're ripping open the Scrawlr box. Oh my god. They're really stuck in there. I can't be the only one who has this problem every single time. There we go. I feel like if anyone's still keeping score out there, this is definitely a win for the box. Okay, so we have some art supplies. Put this over here. We have, what is this? Huh, some kind of looks like bacon paper or something. Some beautiful artwork.
Here's the information for the artist if you would like to check them out.
And then we have some paper, and it looks like we got 5 sheets of paper. That's interesting. Why does it say 5 sheets here and 10 sheets down here? That's kind of odd. Get this out of the way. Okay, now we can open the art supplies. Yes, of course it has to be a struggle. What else did you expect? Okay, here's the sticker. We'll put this over here because it has spoilers. Goodbye, we don't like the spoilers. And then we can get rid of this. There we go. Okay. So first we have a candy. It's a Wham! Wham! I have no idea what that is, but it's strawberry flavored. I eat it. I want to taste it. Oh, it's pink. I like pink. Pink is a nice color. Tastes like a mawam or something. It's good. Okay, so I see a lot of different things going on here. Okay, so first up is these Chameleon or Chameleon. I don't know. I'm gonna call it Chameleon. These chameleon colored pencils. And today I actually read the card and it says they're color tone pencils and that you can flip them to blend them, which I don't really know what that means, but they have 2 tones per pencil, it would seem like. Next up we have this also dual tipped pencil, but this is an eraser pencil, or I guess it's not a pencil if it's an eraser, but it's a perfection eraser from Faber-Castell. I wonder if they're good for erasing details. I guess we'll find out. Next up we have this 2-way glue from Sick. I don't know why they included a glue. I guess I'll have to glue things. And lastly we have this Sick Writer for Vellum? I don't know. But it seems to be a black marker, probably for lining things. Okay, this is kind of an odd box, but I'm excited to swatch the art supplies. So let's do that now. So here we go, swatching the art supplies. It seems like the way it works is that you just use the lighter shade of the pencil to blend out the darker shade, I guess. And then we have the eraser, which didn't work with these colored pencils. I tried with a normal pencil too. It didn't work that well, sadly. The glue was sticky. The fine liner made fine lines, so that's all nice. And the prompt for this month is Twisted Reality. So let's get to sketching. Okay, so it turned out that the paper was actually 5 sheets of smooth paper and 5 sheets of textured paper. I just didn't read it because I'm dyslexic and I can't read. So I figured that it would be kind of cool if I did a layered piece. And here you see me making the kind of the main layer of the piece, and I'm making that on a smooth piece of paper. So this is the reality, and then I'm ripping it apart to like show a portal or a rift or whatever to another dimension that I'm gonna have underneath. And I'm gonna do that one on the rough paper. And then I'm also gonna add some more layers on top of this to give it more dimension. Now that we're gluing stuff together, we might as well glue more things, right? Yeah. So I wanted to get this ripped effect for the tears into the other dimension, because I thought that it would be cool to kind of play with the tearing effect that a piece of paper has when you tear it. Turns out it was pretty hard to tear this paper because it's a thick, heavy, nice paper for drawing. So I had to use some tweezers and rip it real good. And they didn't turn out exactly how I wanted them to look. But you know what? This is why I ripped it. It's because I want it to look like actual rips. So I guess this is what it's looking like now. And then I'm going in with the colored pencils and just coloring everything in. And here in the beginning you can see that I laid down a very light layer of colored pencil, and that's not really the look I want to go for. I want it to be more vibrant and darker, but I'm just really bad at using colored pencils. I don't know. It's just not my favorite type of medium. I never seem to be able to lay them down thick enough, or whatever you call it. You can see with some of the buildings I kind of did it, but the texture just looks weird. I'm not very good at colored pencils. And I know that you can use different materials and substances to blend them out, or you can use a blending stump or whatever, but I just didn't really want to include things that weren't in the box, so I'm just doing this with the pencil. And then I also did kind of like smudge some of it with my fingers. I feel like my fingers count. They're not in the box, but I kind of need them to make art, so, you know. I do also always use a pencil to sketch things out, because it's not always that they include a pencil, so I feel like it's okay. I'm not gonna go straight in with the colored pencils, so to me it's okay to use the pencils. It doesn't really show up in the final piece anyway, so who cares? It's fine. Now I am working on the first layer of grass, because I wanted this to be kind of like a hillside view of the city. So you see the city from this hill. So I made 2 different hill layers. I wanted to put bushes on both of them. Put bushes on one, and then I forgot to put it on the other. And I cut the other one out before I drew it. So yeah, it was too late to add the bushes at that point, but it's okay. Haha, it's fine. Everything's fine. And again, here you can see that I didn't really press hard enough with the pencil, because I was also afraid that it was gonna get a color that I didn't want it to have. And I don't have any lighter pencils, so I couldn't just go in with a lighter pencil. So I kind of used the white of the paper, and I know that that's kind of like a no-no when you're drawing with colored pencils, but I just don't know what else to do, really. But here I am drawing a character because I like drawing characters, so any chance I get, I'm gonna put a character in my drawing. So this is the foreground element. It's the character and then these trees that I'm drawing here, because I wanted to kind of have someone like looking over the city being torn up by another dimension or whatnot. And then you see, or maybe you don't see, she has an eyeball on the back of her shirt, and that's gonna be relevant later. Come back to that later. I was gonna paint the trees in green, but then I figured, you know, why not paint them pink? Because pink trees are a lot cuter than green trees. Green trees? Yes, pink trees are cuter than green trees. And that also ended up contrasting a lot better with the blue sky than green would have. So I'm happy that I did that. The idea was that the things that were gonna be in the foreground would be glued on top of everything else, so they would kind of pop up. So it would be kind of like, not like a pop-up book, but it would be kind of layered. It would give it some dimension. I believe that Jasa did a piece once where he did this gluing different things on top of each other to make dimension. He did it a lot better than me. I made it kind of flat still because I didn't want to go too crazy with it. Maybe I should have gone more crazy with it, but I feel like it just adds like a subtle dimension, and it was basically just so I could use the glue pen in reality. So I cut everything out with an X-Acto knife, and I realized just how hard it is to cut out those little leaf shapes and stuff. I haven't cut out things in a while, but it's really hard to do, and I'm probably not gonna do it for a while because I don't like it. I also ended up breaking one of the tiny hair strands on her braid, which I'm kind of bummed about, but you know, that's how it goes. So then when I had everything in place, I placed a piece of the rough textured paper on the back, and then I kind of traced the holes in the other layers so I knew where to draw, and then I sketched out what I wanted to have on the second dimension thing. Yes. And I wasn't really sure what to do, so I just went with eyeballs. So it's the creepy eyeball dimension. It kind of gives me Welcome to Night Vale vibes. I guess it's because of the purple eyeballs. That's probably why. But now you see why I made an eyeball on the back of the girl's jacket. It's because she's part of the shadow dimension, or like the alternate... What was the prompt again? Twisted reality. She's part of this twisted second dimension reality thing. Ooh, here we go. I'm gluing stuff now. And I realized when I was putting the glue down that it dries kind of quickly because it says that it dries when it goes from blue to clear. And it did that very quickly, so you have to be kind of quick. So I glued different parts at different times. So I would say that this pen is better for gluing smaller things where you don't have to cover as large of an area because it does have kind of a small nib. But if you need to glue tiny things, like the tiny pieces of cardboard that I'm gluing here, I'm just doing that so that the parts of the foreground elements that are sticking onto the part of the drawing that only has one layer, so that those will be supported on that one layer, if that makes any sense. But I will say it was pretty good for gluing small things. So all in all, I would say that I had fun with this box. I don't know if I would use a lot of the supplies again. For example, the eraser, I barely used it for this because it's not very good at erasing actually. It doesn't really take away the pigment. The colored pencils, maybe not either because I don't really use colored pencils. But I will probably use the glue pen if I need to glue something small. But that's about it for this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you later.